got with Giant, I turned bartenders, and then it was like Rip Right Time bartenders. I didn't know at the time that he had issues with the whole calisthenic community. Barbarians is baby beast mode. Snoop said, yo, you know you resurrected the bartenders. He said, yo, bro, you the last bar prophet. That was me, bro. That was me. I'm Mr. Watch Me Work in 2019. Like, Beast ain't gonna defend Zeph if Zeph ain't gonna defend himself. I tried to interview Zeph. Zeph wasn't with it. Hannibal wasn't with it, and said, I never do an interview with him. He burnt his bridges.
Nah, it's the people that decide to, call you a legend. But if somebody decides to leave you off for their top 5 or put you in top 10, then that's their opinion.
Whether me and you have an issue, we don't have an issue, I don't have an issue. Like, anybody that said anything bad, call me a rapo, call me a creep, a scammer. Bro, I forgive you, bro, because it's bigger than me.
Calisthenics exposed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. You already know what time it is. Back again.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. Calisthenic exposed. Make sure you share the video, you like it, and you push it out, bro. We talking about real facts and some opinions. And then just like conversation, because me and Mel always have conversations. Me and the other Rips have a conversation. And me and just random calisthenic athletes in the park having conversations. And this is basically what Calisthenic Exposed is about. Exposing the truths, the myths, the
real deal Holyfield.
Everything. Just talking, actually talking about it. No envious, no jealousy, no hatred. Not trying to cause rift and wrath. But obviously giving the fans and the viewers on the outside, like being a fly on the wall, basically. Yeah, basically being a fly on the wall. So we're going to get into
bar history. So for all the OG fans of Rip Right, you'll be familiar with the bar history series. You could definitely check that out. The playlist is on the channel on Rip Right HD.
Yeah, 38 videos.
38 videos. 38 caliber. Check out all them videos. It definitely got a lot of history with some OGs and things like that. And we're gonna discuss like why did you even start doing that?
Yeah. So yeah, like he said, check out the bar history videos. So we did a lot of legends. Beast, Arbon, Giant, you name it, the list goes on. There's a lot of legends that I definitely wanted to interview but didn't get a chance for one reason or another. So basically, obviously, getting into the calisthenic game, once I realized that there was teams, beast mode, barbarians, Highlanders,
okay, wait. So
bar stars.
What was the first team though? Like
that I found out about?
Like your first team you ever found out about?
I can't remember. I know when I met Snoop, he was barbarian. So I don't know if it was like an introduction to the barbarians there. But I did have my man, when he see me getting into the calisthenics, he was telling me about like other teams and stuff like that. But to really understand like how real it was is like when I kind of like got in the loop with Snoop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, because my man used to always mention like Beast. Beast is a...
For me, it was Team Beast Mode.
Yeah, and then he used to mention Zeph, and I never really... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to see Zeph. I used to see Beast, and he used to say these dudes are animals.
But you ain't really know.
Because I wasn't into reps.
Right. You was into statics. And
I was into more my Chris
like...
Harrier, trying to get in the game with the planche. At that time, I'm like, yo, I got to get this handstand. I got to do this. But obviously, coming from the feds, we was doing reps, but not like crazy pull-up reps like that because they didn't have no bar with us. We used to have to make a bar. But, we did dips, pull-ups, but it was mostly like burpee stuff. But when I seen the handstand push-up, that really intrigued me. So, you know what I mean? I didn't see Zeph and them really doing too much, or Beast at that time like that. So I didn't get to study them, but my man used to watch, my man Twilight, shout out to Twilight. So the reason obviously is because I'm a student. Anything that I get involved in, I want to do it 110%. But then also I want knowledge of it, whether it's religion, you see with Islam, I had to study, I had to learn, how to read Arabic, things like that. So it was like, yo, where did this come from? What's the foundation? What's the backstory? And that's what
bar history
led me to bar history.
Right.
Talking to Snoop. It's something Snoop wanted to do for a long time, but I actually just took the initiative, bro. Like, I'm a doer. Like, I don't really like to talk too much.
Right.
But I kind of get into it. So That's where that popped off at, and I actually turned bartenders. So that's where bar history was created.
So first episode.
Yeah, first episode was with Beast and Giant, bro. That was yeah, first episode
Was that the one with in the grid or that
in the
was
grid.
okay? Yeah, okay, yeah.
In the grid. And I started learning about Beast. I got with Giant. I turned bartenders, and then it was like Rip Right Time Bartenders International. And I was telling Giant, I'm like, yo, Giant, I'm taking this joint internationally.
Speaking of that, I just seen the shirt twice recently too. It's
The
crazy.
Rip Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came out with these shirts. I was like, yo, how you want to do the shirts? So we put Rip Right in the front, and we put the bartenders, mind up situation in the back. And it was epic, man. It was a dope time spending with Giant, learning the game. And then he got Beast and Armstrong, another legend from Beast Mode. Shout out to Armstrong training me as well. He got them two to come to the grit, and that was like the opening of bar history. And when I tell you,
Open the can of worms.
open a can of worms, just like obviously our podcast is gonna do, because people don't really, because we're gonna be keeping it 1,000. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of things y'all don't know.
And we're gonna talk about it. We call a spade a spade. Shit to man, my bait to brother, man, brother there. Suck it, man, suck it. Accept it or reject it. Like it, who like it, don't like it, who
Right.
don't like it. Yo, bro, like it is what it is.
Right.
Like so when I did that one, Giant, I didn't know at the time that he had issues with the whole calisthenic community. Basically, not that he was blackballed.
So it was like a left hook, kind of like when you found out, like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. So Giant was on tape going off. Come to find out, this is not the first time either.
yeah,
They had Strictly Bar Talk. Shout out to Form in DLC. You know what I'm saying? Doc. So Giant did like similar things at that time. He was with Beast and he was coming at dudes in the calisthenic community. So when I was doing bar history, he was like, yeah, Barbarians is baby beast mode.
Yeah, I remember that video.
This, that, and he started going in on, and obviously him and Zeph weren't seeing eye to eye for whatever reason. I found out that story later on.
Another episode.
And that runs deep, guys. The issue between Zeph and Giant, I know the whole spill on that, and we're gonna give that up as well. So when he said all of that, I was up and coming, right? But I didn't know at the time. I'm not gonna say Giant was using me, because when I came into the game, I was like, yo, damn, this guy's a legend. This is Giant. Oh man, I found out he was Muslim. I felt like, at the time I was like the only Muslim calisthenic athlete, but come to find out, Boss Life was Muslim. You had, TD, Terrell Dickens, my Abu Layla. He was one of the dudes with the cleanest muscle up. I think Cineblock, he must come to find out a lot of people. Matrix Muslim. So I'm like, wow, it's a lot of Muslims in the game, but at the time I didn't know, because I was representing Islam outwardly. So Giant did what he did. I was up and coming. I was actually at the time, Snoop said, yo, you resurrected the bartenders. And I was like, what you talking about? He was like, they were dead. And like in retrospect, I kind of seen it. And then I spoke to Prince Khan, Young Beast.
Right.
And Young Beast was like, bro, they died.
Yeah, like 10 years before.
Multiple times though, and came back. And he was like, yo, this time, you resurrected him as well. And he was telling me, bro.
I think they dead now.
Yeah, they dead, bro. Bartenders is dead. That's not being.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but as far as, you know what I'm saying? So, and not to get off subject, bro, but when I met Young Beast, you know what he said? He said, yo, bro, you the last bar prophet.
Yeah. Crazy.
So bro, I'm just working out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm shooting videos. I don't know what's going on. I'm eager. Like Mr. Watch Me Work. Fresh home from prison is something new. you just out and you get into it. You want everybody to win. You trying to do the maximum thing. Like, yo, why this thing is not on ESPN?
And you see the potential.
Yeah. So that was me, bro. That was me. I missed to watch me work in 2019, going into 2020, pandemic, all of that hit, bartenders. So yeah, after that I started running crazy with bar history, juice, um, True Beast, which is JR, and then that video opened up a can of worms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, legends and them not mentioning other people and
Exactly. So I started to ask people in the bar history, like, who's your top 5 legends? And when certain people wasn't mentioned, that became an issue. So like right after I did that bar history with Beast and them, I met Snoop and Boss Life in the gym in Jersey. We did a weighted set. You know, they cooked me weighted set. It was a tough set, and at that time Snoop didn't really do weights at all.
yeah.
Me either. But I was getting into the high reps, and Snoop was able to do like 100-pound dip because of, he had that muscle maturity.
So at this point, where were you at with reps?
I was in the basement, bro.
Okay.
I barely could do a 5 MD like that. I was getting there. Like, I think at this time I might have hit good money, did a 5 MD in 5 minutes, but I wasn't looking at it. Like now I'm doing a 5 MD in 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's different.
But I realized it takes time. My reps wasn't nowhere near, even where they at now, even though I think my reps is in the basement now at 40. You know what I'm saying? But
I would beg to differ. But...
yeah. Yeah, so that happened. And when I got with Snoop felt a little like, yo, he called Barbarian's baby beast mode in front of Beast. And Beast ain't do nothing. So I'm like, what was he supposed to say?
Yeah.
Like, Beast ain't gonna defend Zeph if Zeph ain't gonna defend himself.
Right.
So it's like if Giant is coming at Zeph for the last 20 years and Zeph is quiet, but me and you cool. But me and the dude that you is quote unquote is your ops is also cool. If he say something around me about you, it's like, bro.
Yeah, you ain't gonna speak up for yourself, so what's the point of me?
Yeah, so that,
getting out there, picking up your battle.
Me and Snoop spoke on just that, and me and Snoop had a long conversation, and he just was like, I'm Barbarian, man, and he's Barbarian to the heart, man. Shout out to Snoop, very loyal, but right now he's pushing his team Sparta, man, and I love what he got going on. I love, he's moving around the city, shooting content.
Coach Cap,
shout out to Snoop, is like one of my, when we say idol, we don't mean like worship, but he was definitely one of the people that helped me in calisthenics majorly. Like, and I tell people that all the time. Snoop was yeah.
Me as well, just watching from afar. Yeah. I mean,
and me and Snoop had our falling out. We're going to talk about that too. Me
and
Snoop bump heads many a times. I think he really just wanted me to be Barbarian on Team Sparta, but I had something else going on, and at the end of the day, we started that bar history. So, me and Snoop was just talking about, yo, this person, or if I'm Barbarian, Zeph can't tell me who to work out with. If I'm Rip Right, Iz ain't gonna tell me who to work out with. And he was just saying, that the calisthenic community is like divided in like how he rolls. And from then you see Snoop, he's at every event. If he mess with you, if he don't mess with you, he's just a calisthenic practitioner that loves the sport and wants to see the sport grow, and he's gonna support every single person.
And that's what we need. We need more people that's gonna be like moving Snoop. Like that.
And that is the problem today. This is why the community is not gonna grow, or is not growing as fast as it should, right? But it's all the creed. But it's because of that issue right there. So now, after all of that transpired, I tried to interview Zeph, right? Zeph wasn't with it. Hannibal wasn't with it. Calisthenic Kings actually gave me his phone number, and then I texted him, and then he called me. Then I missed his call. Then I called back, and then he started He flaked out. So there was like a few legends. So I didn't realize why Hannibal didn't want to do a video with me.
Because of
Giant.
Yeah.
So everybody that was ducking me on bar history was because one was because of Giant. But Zeph wasn't really tripping too much about the Giant situation until the second thing really happened. So I would put in my stories like who y'all want to see me interview next, and I would put like
the person, the options.
Yeah, who y'all, you know what I mean? Who y'all want to see me interview next? So people would answer Zeph, Hannibal, Iborn, and I would take that poll, and if it's Zeph, I'll put in the poll. Oh, they wanted me to interview Zeph. Yo, Zeph, add him to my stories, and lo and behold, this is after the story situation. Before the story situation, I had an interview with JR and Juice, which
in Lincoln Terrace.
Lincoln Terrace. Right. You watched that.
Of course.
And I was like, yo, who's your 5 legends? JR named Beast, Iborn, and like one other person. He didn't mention Zeph.
Right.
He's like, I ain't got 5 legends or something like that. He said, I got 3. Go check the video. It was a good video. And then Juice said his 5 legends. Beast, Iborn, blah, blah, blah. He didn't mention Zeph.
Right.
So I'm not thinking nothing of it.
This just his personal opinion.
Yeah, that's who he considers to be legends. So I get a DM from Snoop. Snoop he's pissed. He like, yo, they didn't mention Zeph. I'm like, it's their opinion. So he was like, nah, I just think like
it was on purpose.
Yeah, I think it was purposely they did that because of XYZ. So I'm like, what you saying? He sends me 2 videos.
Where they call Zeph a legend.
10 years prior. But I'm like, yo, that was 10 years ago. Maybe they might not feel like he's a legend now. Whatever. You might have lost your legendary status in their eyes. What? I don't know. So I'm like, but that's still a good point.
Right.
I'll just watch Juice called Zeph a legend 10 years before, or I don't know how long ago, but it was before.
And then, so you asked him about it.
So I'm like, I'm going to go ask JR why he did not label Zeph a legend. Exactly. And I was supposed to go back to Juice, but I didn't even get a chance to go back to Juice. So I finally got JR, I think, on the phone. I'm like, yo, I talked to one of the head barbarians or whatever, not head barbarian, but, gatekeepers of the gold wing, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, Snoop is saying you called this dude a legend in this era, blah, 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 but you're not calling him a legend now. What's up? I'm the journalist, bro. I came to figure out.
What's the story? Yeah.
I don't got nothing with Zeph.
Yeah.
I go to JR. The only reason I'm interviewing him again, mind you, is because of Snoop.
Exactly.
So when I interview him again, he goes off. I don't consider him a legend because of blah, blah, blah. I said that back then because of this, that, and the third.
So wait, let me ask you a question. So once he went off, though, before you uploaded the video, did you know that it was gonna have this kind of reaction?
Nah.
Because
I just was just like, what?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Bro,
I'm just the journalist.
I'm the journalist. I'm getting the story. So when I put it out, I put Zeph on the cover, I believe, and I think I put JR, and I put is he really a legend? Bro, it's a thumbnail, bro. Likes and views, bro. It's the purpose of getting the story out.
It's like the newspaper headline.
Bro, everybody that's right now, we hoping to get people to view this.
Exactly.
That's what you upload content for. You don't upload content and hope nobody views it. So you're going to put in the maximum amount of work to get the views that you're looking for. And not to mention at that time, I'm trying to get monetized. It's a lot going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like I was trying to cause issues, but I wasn't going to interview JR again. Somebody from your team came to me.
Exactly.
So when that happened, I put it out. Zeph was pissed. He was pissed. And how I know he was pissed is because I uploaded on my stories who y'all want to see me interview next, like I was telling you before. And one of my bros put Zeph, so I added it Zeph. And I added my bro that put Zeph.
Right.
Zeph DM'd him and said, I never do an interview with him. He burnt his bridges. I'm going to do my own boy history. So I was confused. How did I burn my bridges from getting a story? I didn't call you. I thought you was a legend. I
Right.
told everybody that. Yo, I consider Zeph a legend. Why you don't consider him a legend? Well, that's you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
even
right.
at that time when they didn't mention him as a legend, I was like, oh yeah, to me, Zeph a legend. He's on my list. And then not only that, your peoples went out. What you wanted me to just hide the footage? Like he
Yeah,
wanted me
yeah.
to fact check their situation. So that's how that ended. So that's one of the reasons why me and Zeph never did a bar history. And I think it's petty. Shout out to Zeph. Like, bro, it's still time. We could do bar history. But let me tell you something. If you don't tell your story, somebody else is gonna tell it. And right now, you can do a bar history on your own, but are you gonna get the maximum amount of exposure? If you would have did bar history with me,
Yeah,
bro,
especially at that time too. Sometimes you can't just let things like linger, you know, you gotta address them. But teach his own. I
yeah,
mean, you just can't be mad at the fact that somebody else told the story. You know what I mean?
yeah. So like, yeah, so and then later on, like with Hannibal, same thing. I was trying to get an interview with Hannibal, so I was trying to go through Matrix, and then I found out, Matrix and Giant really had issues, right? And also Hannibal and Giant had issues, and when they see me around Giant, they automatically
Yeah, just
birds of a
everybody.
feather flock together. El
Exactly.
maru ala dini khalili. You'll be on the
Yeah,
religion of your companion.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's crazy how I got in contact with Matrix. He wrote me like, "Yeah, my name is Matrix MVXA," and I'm like, "Who are you, Joker?
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't. You know what I mean?" And then he is like, and he broke it down to me. He was like, "Yo, I was kind of like timid to even mess with you because of that situation." But lo and behold, me and Giant fell out. Everybody knows that. I put up a video, I believe that was on Bar History too, about Giant already. He went off on me. But that's another situation in itself. But Bar History in general, I think was one of the pivotal moments
It was the
in
talk of the town in calisthenics. It was a must see. You had to tune in to watch these videos back to back to back. You know, it was a playlist. You know what I mean? You had to check them out. It was like you couldn't miss it.
for that's the first time I met Akeem Supreme.
Right.
Through Matrix, we did a Bar History, and Akeem ended up with like 100,000
Views. Yeah.
views on my Bar History. How many people met Akeem through my platform? How many people met or heard about Zeph through my platform? All of the OGs, Aborn, you name it, like this playlist, they found out about Beast, and that was the purpose. I came through to connect the old school with the new
The new school.
school.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at that time I was considered new school, but now I'm middle era. Like um I'm a little bit after Snoop and them, but I'm still kind of considered like Snoop and them is kind of considered my era. You know what I'm saying? Because they not really like Gator and Zeph and D300 and Beast era. But bro, it was very, very interesting because when Bar History came out, I started to realize, yo, these dudes are human.
Yeah. They got their own stuff going on. That's
Yeah,
just what it is.
bro. And it took me a long time to start realizing people were human. And I don't mean like I used to look at them like they was some no, but I
You
didn't.
looked at them as these characters from what you see of them already. So it's just like, oh, he's just this.
Yeah, for example, what I've done in calisthenics, people have to tell me, like Mel, El Amin, my close name, they got to tell me what you're doing is not natural.
Yeah, it's not regular. It's above.
It's above average,
Yeah.
but I thought everybody was like that. You
Nah.
understand what I'm
Yeah. I
saying?
know what you mean. Yeah, but nah, it's not. It's not the case. You separating yourself. It was a point where you was here, you know, and I don't mean you was below other people, but you was here, and then you kind of like raised the bar, right? And that is, you know, where you get into the category of, to me, is like, all right, you're a legend, you're doing something different. But my whole thing with the legend thing is simply that, you know, you can't force somebody to be like, yo, call me a legend. Nah, it's the people that decide to, you know, call you a legend. But if somebody decides to leave you off for their top 5 or put you in top 10, then that's their opinion. Like,
Bro, you think LeBron cares? Who cares that he's, bro? You gotta be somebody like he might consider the opinion of Michael Jordan.
maybe.
But yeah, bro, I'm a millionaire, billionaire. What I care about what you got to think of me, bro. You know what you did for calisthenics. You know what you did in the game, bro. You have to put your feelings aside. And as I said, I thought everything was normal till I started really dealing with people on my own entire team. You know, buying a dude a LLC and like, yeah, we about to work, we about to take off. Yo, here's 50 shirts. Here's the name of the company. Yo, here's this. And then turn around and
Yeah.
because I don't necessarily look at people like they're human.
Yeah, you look at, you also have this expectation that, oh, everybody's gonna move like me.
Hey,
Everybody wants to see the next person win like I do. Everybody wants to just turn this into a business like I do. Everybody wants to just work out and build a community like I do. But false. Everybody's not like that. A lot of people are just for self,
yeah,
and
for
that's the
self,
problem.
or they just not meant to lead or meant to run a business. They just meant to just,
Work out.
yeah, rock out with their sock out. And that's my issue. One of my downfalls, or what you want to say, like I project myself onto other people
Right.
and not realize, like, I was working one time. I did like, bro, I can't even remember how much hours I did in this
Yeah, it was
one week.
like 100, over 100 something hours. Right?
In one week, bro. And I'm like, my man, like, yo, you wild. And I'm like, this ain't, I'm at a desk all day. He like, yo, people are not doing that. And I'm like, what you mean? I couldn't comprehend it. And as I get older and deal with more people, I'm coming to understand now, bro, everybody
It's not
can't
like
make
that.
it,
Yeah.
bro. Everybody is not like you. Everybody is not the same. And bro, you just gotta hope that you run into a dude like Mel. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hope you run into a dude like Skilo and Ty that's gonna be loyal and Yasir, and we're gonna come together as a team and like, yo, all right, Yasir is good at this, but he's not good at this. And you start to know what you could depend on this person for, what you can't depend on them for, and you start to get better with your social skills. And that
And it
was
doesn't make one person less than the other. It's just that, you know, you're not a good shooter, so we're not gonna depend on you to go shoot. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You're gonna go get the rebounds. That's it.
Bro, and that's how you build a successful brand, bro. And that's what I've been doing. But I took a lot of falls because I looked at people like they weren't human. And I mean that in a way, like I looked at them like me, like, yo, they owe, if I give him 50 ripsticks on the muscle, he's gonna sell them joints in 15 to 20 days and come back. No,
Yeah.
bro, that's not work. So, but initially, Bar History was just to connect the old school with the new school. Shout out to B Rock because he did a great interview with me, and also Snoop. Snoop actually sat down and talked to me. I did a Bar History with Ed Barstar's very, very humble individual and a person that I looked up to in calisthenics, especially not just moves, reps, sets.
The business.
Bro, he had that as well. And my business model kind of like came off of that. Why rep for free when you could get paid a fee? Like you see now, people are
Looking, yo, how can I get some money now? Like, you know, and
bro. That was from us.
yeah, it's not to boast and brag, but it's just a reality. I see all of these competitions now, and everybody talking about, yo, you better do that muscle up clean. Don't be kicking out the windows. It's like, hold on. Y'all wasn't even doing that 2 weeks ago.
Yo, MCCA make calisthenics clean again. Yo, bro, this is not to mention, but we're setting a standard in everything. You gotta pay your athletes, even if it's pennies, bro. You
Yeah,
just
you
gotta
gotta.
give them something, bro. It's hard. It is difficult. It is difficult. You gotta pay these athletes, and like that's just the bottom line. But not to get off topic, but once again, shout out to Ed, bro, even technician. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
get to
okay.
interview him. I considered like Tech to be one of the
Harlem
legends in the game.
Seals.
Yeah, Pito's back in effect now, so we're probably gonna see a bar history with him. I never really got to interview That's Good Money. Just to put him in the bar history because he knows a lot. He's been around the block. But like getting into bar history also taught me like obviously these dudes is regular dudes. They having these feelings and emotions. You thinking everybody gonna be stand up like you. You think these dudes is on man time. They running around with 6-pack big backs, but they they are like Play-Doh. Say one wrong thing, it hurt their feelings,
Super emotional.
and you like, yo, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just it was just weird to see the politics in the calisthenic community, and then you start to realize there's politics in everything.
It's like gangland calisthenics. People don't understand. I think it's a lot better probably now compared to before because now it's not really like teams per se. Like at least the newer generation for the people that was working out. Now it's just like, oh yeah, I work out with this
Community,
person and I work out with that person and I don't really care. Like
community,
it's not really the same, you know?
motivational Monday. They're
Exactly. Yeah.
doing something great. The only thing I ask is that all of those people that come out to that free event come out to the paid event.
Yeah. Each 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 event there's enough events for calisthenics, you know, especially like in New York where people can show up to these events and most of these events are not really that expensive. We're talking about $20, you know.
$30.
I've even seen $10.
Yo,
So
bro, come out to the paid events, bro. That's how the sport is gonna grow.
right.
And
Right.
if you don't like who's throwing the event, so what?
Exactly. It's,
Bro,
it's going and make sure like if you host your own event, make sure you paying and giving back to the athletes so that it can circumvent and it can continue to grow. A lot of times, like back in the day, it seems like I hear about these events and it seems like dudes pay $50 to get into the event and then you don't even win $50. You know,
yeah.
like you don't win anything. Like so it's kind of like
Yeah,
where did the
registration
money go?
fee.
You had the registration fees for all these people that signed up, and then you had a competition in the park, which means that you had no real overhead. So make sure you paying your athletes.
That's the name of the game, right? Trying to further the sport, but we're gonna get back into bar history, and we're gonna start doing the legends once again. Um, Obviously, Zeph is probably never gonna be on that platform. Obviously, certain people, maybe not even a Hannibal. I actually got Hannibal number. I called him a few times. We spoke. We was actually supposed to do some content, which was gonna be paid content. I was gonna pay him. But he just never gave me a price. I was gonna have him do some stuff with my OG Shati, a little while back, a few years ago. I don't know if he's still got the same number, but I can get in contact with him and see if he wants to do an interview. But I'm gonna bring that whole bar history back, just so like the newer school now can start even learning about the old generation and try to get that, you know what I mean, back intertwined. And I'm not saying bring back the old generation because the old generation was toxic, bro.
Right, right, right.
It was toxic, but just to know,
Yeah, to know what it is. You
yeah.
know.
And I just love where the sport is going. I just hope that everybody could kind of like support each other a little bit more, bro.
So let me ask you though. So concerning bar history, are dudes like Shredder and Simi are they considered older generation or newer
Mm,
generation?
that's difficult to answer. I would say,
Like fitness phenom, like is he
nah. I would say Simi and even a fitness phenom is more so a Snoop generation. So they in between
okay?
new school and old school. They kind of like fall where I'm at.
Right, right.
even a Matt. A Matt been in the game for
Okay.
10 years.
Right. Right.
But Shredder, I think Shredder been in the game for like 15. So Shredder might fall into the golden era a little bit. But when I
Okay.
came into the game, Simi might have had like 4 years in. So right now, Simi is probably pushing like a 10 year, 11 year. That's not enough. 10, 11 years ago is what? 2000 and
15.
yeah, that's
14.
that's nah.
13,
Beast
something like
already
that.
had
Yeah.
retired. So you didn't make it. You didn't make it. When Simi turned beast mode, he didn't work out once with Beast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're
Really.
right. Yeah. Yeah. That
So
makes sense. Yeah.
so
It
you
was after. Yeah. It was after.
you didn't, you know what I mean? You got
Yeah.
a little bit of D300 error, you know what I mean? D300 was still in the game. You know, that's why Simi mentioned Zeph so much, because you would have thought he was barbarian, because when he turned beast mode, Beast was headed out the game.
Yeah. And Zeph was still around. Yeah.
Inactive like he is now, and Simi was working out more so with the barbarians. You know what I mean?
That's why you see, like, even if you watch some of these guys, you realize the type of routines that they're doing kind of tells you who they kind of watch necessarily. You know what I mean? Or the style that they train and things like that. Like, a lot of these dudes, like, like Simi, he's doing a whole bunch of barbarian
Yeah.
routines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So
not really with the I show speed. The I show speed did a 5 MD.
yeah, 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. Where he got that from?
Yeah,
It's barbarians.
barbarians. The first thing Simi said was shout out to Zeph. He didn't say shout out to Beast, but he's beast mode.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that he's not really from that golden era.
Yeah, the influence.
Yeah,
he kind of got lost in between.
Yeah, so he's more, I'm not gonna say he's more barbarian. He's beast mode without a doubt, but he just didn't really get a chance to put in work with Beast and them, with Armstrong, Juice.
Right.
Well, obviously him and Juice is close because they had a little a relationship, which was good. So they got some time working out. But yeah, Beast was already pretty much out the game. Yeah, Beast was pretty much out the game. But yeah, I definitely
Shout out to Beast too. He just popped out Sell on the Bars the other day.
I talked to him for like an hour on FaceTime the other day. Yeah, we was on actually WhatsApp because he don't do the iPhone situation. But yeah, we was just showing each other renovations that we did, obviously, to our living quarters. But yeah, Beast a good dude, official, keep it 1,000. Don't really care about, not egotistical. Um, but very competitive. But he realized quick and fast that calisthenics was not paying, and we're gonna get into all of that. Why calisthenic was not paying, and the proof of the pudding of it not paying through actions of people like Beast. People like
wait. Don't give too much.
Yeah.
Ball history only.
Yeah, ball history.
We're gonna get to all of that, and
Yo.
then we're gonna get to the legends and who's a legend and why we think they're a legend and what that spilled into as far as this person feeling like this person feeling like that, and yeah, we got a lot of
things. I'm gonna
lot
tell
of
you,
things.
really, my ball history video is the reason why me and Giant
part ways.
party. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lot of history. Yeah,
it's a lot of history, but we're gonna leave y'all with that, bro. We ain't gonna be out on here talking for like 2 hours or hour 40. We gonna give y'all 20, 30 minute segments, man. But it's
straight to the point.
Yeah. Kulu kaulan sedida. Straight up, bro. MashaAllah. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in and locking in. Like I said, man, anybody name who was mentioned, bro, whether me and you have an issue, we don't have an issue, I don't have an issue. Like anybody that said anything bad, call me a rapo, call me a creep, a scammer, bro, I forgive you, bro. I could care less about what you said or how you feel like towards me, bro, because it's bigger than me. But like, if we want to keep it 1,000 and be 100% honest, bro, we can all grow the sport together and we can all get money together, even if we don't like each other. And there is a big domination of people who do it right now, and they run the entire world. And we don't have to say who they are because you know who they are. They run on every social media platform known to man, the rap game, and they hate each other's guts. But guess what?
They work together.
And that dollar gets circulated around their communities. So that is the problem with us in calisthenics. If we don't circulate the dollar within the calisthenic community, then obviously calisthenics is never going to pay. Calisthenic Exposed, bro. You here with my man, Islam?
Awesome.
Awesome. Yo, we locked in, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay ripped, yo. 6-pack.
Big back, big facts.
The Ripstick is a powerful little tool that fits right in your pocket. You can use it anywhere, home, gym, or even on the go. It's designed to target your smaller, stabilizing muscles that calisthenics and weightlifting usually miss. Great for shoulder rehab, injury prevention, and full upper body activation. It's super convenient, affordable, and also hits your abs hard. Whether you're a beginner or advanced, the Ripstick takes your training to the next level.